Right, and here we go. Get this wiring sorted out here, it's better, isn't it? Now then, how you doing, shed dwellers? We're back again for another escapade, and it's freezing in here today. Blimey, it's been the coldest it's been in here for quite a while. What we're here to talk about today, Ringfield motors. Ringfield motors is the topic of conversation today, and reason being is, as you probably know from previous videos, I have my very early Flying Scotsman from the probably the early 90s. Here we go. I was a wee nipper when I got one of these, probably about the age of 13. And this one in particular, last year didn't run very, very well. It'd been sat around for so many years and it had been really well used. Gave it a service and it seemed to pick up absolutely fine. But recently, it's developed a squeal, and not a very nice one. I mean, it's so bad. I mean, it's like a 1995 Ford Escort fan belt. It's proper screeching as it goes around the track. I've got another loco here as well, which is where are we? City of Nottingham, which has the same motor setup and exactly the same issue. Really bad squeal. So I've watched lots of YouTube videos, I've serviced both motors, I've checked them all through and greased everything. Everything seems fine. And the only thing I can pin it down to potentially is maybe the motor shaft is spinning inside of the pinion, the pinion. So to try and eliminate that, what I've actually done is put some paint marks around the pinion onto the shaft in certain areas. And I'm hoping if I run them this morning until they start to squeal, as soon as I stop it again, I should be able to look where the paint marks are and see if that is actually the case. And if it is, hopefully nice and straightforward, I'll be able to just take the pinion off, hope it's not too badly worn, and bond it back on again. If it is too badly worn and can't be fixed, then I think this could end up being a video of how to take out a Ringfield motor and put in a much more modern version. So we're going to see how it goes in the next few minutes. Okay, so I think the first one to test could be the City of Nottingham. Let's get this one going. It's an old loco, so I'm not expecting too much from it these days, but see, it's quite quiet now. And what I'll do, I'll run it for a few minutes till it starts to get a bit hotter and see how it goes and see if that pinion slips around. Right, let's see if we can get this one to go any better. It's not even moving at the moment, but come on, there we go. You can get into life. Go on, off you go. Oh, there it goes, jerking into life. And already you can hear it starting to squeal. Ah, sounds horrendous. It's exactly the same noise. Sadly, looking at that, my paint marks are literally still in line with each other, as you can see. So it looks like the pinions are good. It's got to be an issue elsewhere. Now, normally at this point, I would have cut away to show you going on eBay and buying some Fandango new motor and continue this video with a instructional element of how to change a Ringfield motor for something more modern and all that jazz. But not today. I have to confess now, I made a little bit of an error of judgment. Now, I'm the kind of guy who's very kind of practical. I have rebuilt motorcycles in the past. I was working in the motorbike industry. I've raced model cars very successfully for, I don't know, 15 odd years. And there's nothing that a model train motor couldn't throw at me that I wouldn't have seen. I've taken these tenders apart on both these locomotives and given them a service. I have given them new springs, I've given them new brushes, I've cleaned them all up, re-lubricated everything, and there's nothing I could potentially have missed, is there? Now, I am very lucky in the sense that really local to me, I have got a Jeremy. Now, a Jeremy is a very important thing to have in your model train world. Now, I know not everyone can have a Jeremy, but I am very lucky to have a Jeremy. And what Jeremy does is he is an ex-employee of Hornby. He has worked on the live steam stuff and he's worked in the repair shop for a number of years. And he lives down the road and he very kindly comes around to share my model railway, shall we say. He's well into it. He's got his own locomotives. He's currently building a place to have his layout set up in, and he brings his locos down. We swig tea or beer as a case the other night, and we run some locos around, talk rubbish and have some fun. Well, Jeremy turned up last week. We did our normal running session in here, and I just happened to mention that my 2 locos here were not playing the game. And he said, let me have a look. And I said to him at the time, listen, I said to him, if you fix them, I will eat my own hat. He fixed them, and all he did, that's actually tasted horrible. All he did was a bit of oil on the motor shaft bearing. How did I miss that? How did I miss that? It's such a simple thing. I've had them apart, I've had them cleaned, I've done all the stuff I thought I had to do to them. Oh, it's embarrassing. Literally, he had each tender in his hand for less than 15 seconds, put them on the track, and they work. I mean, watch this, look, watch. Never ran so well. Silence. Hark. Silence. It's lovely. And the Flying Scotsman is exactly the same. It runs better now than it has done for years. So, the advice and the moral of the story is oil everything first before you go looking at too much stuff in too much detail. Maintenance and oil. Fixes everything. It's brilliant. Now, I could have just literally annihilated the video and said, there's no point making it anymore. It was an easy fix. I'm going to look stupid. But on the other hand, I thought, no, I'll finish it off, put it out on the interwebs, because there's bound to be someone else who's silly as me, who has these motors making lots and lots of noise, and they're scratching their heads, wondering why it is. And all it needed was a little bit of oil on the motor shaft. So on that note, I'm going to go and finish off my hat, wash it down with a nice brew, and I'll see you on the Easter special, which is coming in a few weeks' time, that Evie's been working on really, really hard, and bless her, it'll be a banger. I'll see you later.